Hello, this is State Senator Jeff Stone with my weekly Capital Update. I know taxes are on the mind of most hardworking Californians. By now, many of you received your new and higher car tax bills. And of course, we're all seeing higher gas prices because of last year's increase passed by the Democrats who run Sacramento. We all know that living in California is expensive. We have the highest taxes and fees in the country. Regulations are choking the life out of small businesses, meaning people can't get the good-paying jobs offered in other states, and it hurts the middle class and working families. Now that the deadline is passed for legislators to submit legislation for this year, I'm sure you won't be surprised that Democrats in charge have introduced dozens of bills designed to collect billions of dollars in higher taxes and fees from Californians who already can't afford to buy a home or live in a safe neighborhood. You've heard it said hundreds of times, Democrats have a spending problem. But I've introduced legislation that will help working families of California. Senate Bill 1352, which I've called the Save Money and Reducing Taxes Act, will eliminate state income taxes for single California residents who make $100,000 or less. If you're married and filing jointly, that figure rises to $200,000 a year. I've called this bill the SMART Act because it helps struggling Californians while at the same time collecting income taxes from millionaires and billionaires who own mansions and estates here but claim they don't live here. The Hollywood elite and Silicon Valley billionaires who own estates and mansions along our coast and in our beautiful forests should be required to pay income taxes here in California if they spend substantial amounts of time here. Letting the wealthy elite use our roads, visit our hospitals, and benefit from our heroic first responders without having to pay their fair share isn't fair to the hardworking men and women who struggle every day to make ends meet. SB 1352 will require anybody who owns property here in California to fill out a residency form. If an individual claims to live in Nevada, which has no state income taxes and makes $5 million a year but lives here 40% of the time, my legislation will have them be taxed on 40% of the $5 million, roughly $2 million. Finally, Californians would be able to collect the income taxes that individual multimillionaires and billionaires have been avoiding for years. The SMART Act will be a controversial piece of legislation for sure, but making the Hollywood elite and high-tech billionaires start paying their fair share to give relief to hard-working men and women is the right thing to do. Of course, I'd like to hear from you and see what you think about the SMART Act and any other issues facing Californians. Please visit my website, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. And thank you for the opportunity of letting me represent you here in the state capitol.